Okay, this is situation report coming from the state of Imo State. Currently in Owerri, the Biafra Heroes Day is going live and zuzungotoporously here as it is hot. As it be, everywhere is on total shutdown. Our people are complying, and as you can see, you can see limited. This is a major road. When I mean a major road, a road that is always busy on daily basis, but we can see that our people are complying because everybody is respecting the heroes of Biafra. So this is one location. We'll be going to other locations also in Owerri, Anambra State and Enugu. We'll make sure we'll give you all the situation reports happening live and direct in Biafran land. All right, residents shut down in Imo State, not just Imo State, in every part of Biafran land, despite tight security. Let us go straight up and give you the analysis or situation report, still happening. First of all, in Imo State, then we go further to other states. That video there, the video you just watched, is, part of Imo State. Major parts of Owerri rather, that are always busy, that we're able to cover, just to let Biafrans know that Biafrans, both those living here and in diaspora, were on total shutdown. Then furthermore, we'll be going into more details on Simon Èkpá Njoko's court case that was held today in Finland. The news in detail. Residents of Owerri, the Imo State capital, on Friday stayed indoors in compliance with a sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra to honor fallen Biafran heroes. From Douglas Road, Wedra Street, Government House, Imsu Junction, up to Olu Road, everywhere was empty despite the heavy presence of security operatives to safeguard lives and properties. The indigenous people of Biafra had feast May 30 every year as Remembrance Day for fallen Biafran heroes and directed no business or any activity should take place on that day. In compliance, workers, traders, students, and transporters stayed indoors. A drive across Tetlo, Wedra, Douglas Market, all in Owerri showed that residents observed total compliance to the sit-at-home order, though against their wish. Now, what is against their wish? Should I also bring, videos of how Biafrans celebrated the Biafran Heroes Day? For those, Zoom media that always try as much as possible to paint everything bad. Everything that has to do with IPOB, everything that has to do with the Biafran struggle, everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Èkpá, the heroes of Biafra, they try as much as possible to paint it bad for the world to see. Nobody was enforced whatsoever. Nobody was enforced to sit at home. Nobody. Now, according to the police spokesperson, DSP Henry Okoye, he said, security operatives from the Army, Air Force, Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, DSS, Federal Road Safety Corps, Immigration, and the Federal Fire Service were stationed across the state to ensure safety of lives and properties and avoid any breach of security. Okoye said, the Commissioner of Police, Imo State Command, CP Aboki Danjuma, has once again called on the good and the law-abiding people of Imo State to disregard the disruptive sit-at-home threat issued by the indigenous people of Biafra and its arms affiliate Eastern Security Network. He reassured all residents that the command in synergy with other security agencies has activated robust security measures to forestall any form of threat
or attack across the stake. So after all these security debunking messages, from the so-called DSPs and the chief security of police in Biafran land, after all this information, what then happened? Biafrans still sat at home. So it is not about fear. I'll keep on saying this thing. It is not about fear or whatsoever. It is about what Biafrans believe in. Yes, it might not be 100% of every Biafran that might believe in it, but at least 90 to 95% of Biafrans, believe in what we are doing. They honestly do, and everybody complied, not against their will, but because of is the right thing to do. A lot of people have lost their life in the quest of fighting for freedom. Now, on other issues, let us go into the issue of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. Now, the prosecutors seek 6-year sentence for Simon Èkpá in Finland. Now, why? Why are they trying to prosecute Simon Ekpa Njoko? What wrong did he do? Let us hear the news in detail. A former local councillor in Lahti, Finland, Simon Èkpá, is facing terrorism-related charges, with prosecutors demanding a 6-year prison sentence. The case was brought before the Payet Hamid District Court during a preparatory hearing held on Friday. Simon Èkpá stands accused of participating in terrorist organization and publicly inciting crimes for terrorist purposes, according to them. The prosecutors allege that he has played a key role in a separatist movement advocating for the independence of Biafra region in southeastern Nigeria. So, what is wrong for someone to advocate for the freedom of his people? What is bad? People also advocated for the freedom of Finland and fought till their freedom was gotten. So why were they not prosecuted? If they were prosecuted, if they were treated as terrorists, would we have anything like Finland? Let us check these things. Now we continue. Now, according to the charges, Simon Ekpa's online activities coordinated from Finland may fall under acts classified as terrorism under Finnish law. We have a great deal of evidence regarding these individual online activities and communications, said State Prosecutor Samsa Hakala. However, the prosecution acknowledged the complexities involved in gathering concrete evidence, noting that many of the alleged acts are believed to have taken place in Africa, making verification difficult. Simon Ekpa's lawyer, Carl Gumerez, raised concern during the pre-trial hearing about the reliability of information received from Nigeria. The case has been jointly investigated by Finnish police in cooperation with Nigerian authorities. In an interview with police, Èkpá denied all charges, including accusation that he attempted to procure weapons for pro-Biafran groups. In addition to the terrorism-related allegations, the court is also reviewing a separate charge of aggravated tax fraud, originally from Biafra. Èkpá moved to Finland in 2007 as an athlete. He later became active in politics, joining the National Coalition Party and serving on Lahti's Public Transport Board. Now, having said that, I will always say it is not a crime to fight for freedom. But one thing I have to say is that it's a good news that finally Èkpá has taken Biafra for the first time, to international court. That is just the reality. All these things, that is going on social media, a lot of things have been said against the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Is going to come out. These things are not heavy, and there are no concrete evidences against the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. So come what may, he is going to come out. But meanwhile, before we go or we join the main issue, still on Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko and Biafran Heroes Day, let me drop the video of how it all happened in court today. Make sure you share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Prosecutor Samsa Hakala, who is acting as the prosecutor in the district court, told YLE before the preparatory session that the accused is suspected of having incited crimes in Nigeria and of having participated in the activities of a terrorist group from Finland, so that the group has operated in Nigeria. I am very happy that they said that the M, they use that word, M. The aim is to create a Biafran state out from the southeastern part of Nigeria. I am happy that they said that the aim is to create a state. So they're going to tell us, how do we intend to create this state? Because you can't force a woman to be in a marriage with you. It's not possible. And if they say we must go about it democratically, we will ask them, where have you all been? Since we have been going about it democratically and peacefully, why the zoo is bringing their armor tanks to massacre our people? We'll count how many, we will know if they will help us to be able to count how many souls that we have lost since 1999. Apart from those who we are remembering today, who paid the ultimate price between 1967 to 1970, which we are, honoring today, 30th of May, 2025. We are honoring them today. From 1970 to year 2000 is 30 years. From year 2000, from 2020, is another 20 years plus 30 years, making it 50 years. From 2020 to 2025 is 5 years. Then from 1967 to 1970 is 3 years. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 50 is 58 good years. 58 good years we have been massacred, forcing us to be in a marriage that we don't want to be. How do you force a woman to be in a marriage with you? Simply because you paid her dowry. A refund dog ya. Open a fair when they go fair lani. Refund dog da your dowry. Open a fair when lani. Or la acquire godoya. Refund dog get that money. You can't force a woman to be in a marriage, or else ozu atobo. Ozu atobo. Ịdara ya nwa bulugu ma ọgụ agbuo ya. And anyone who believe ya, because another one yes wee na, because in the zoo here, ọ bụ ọnwụ ka eji ekpe ikpe onye gburu mmadụ. Ọ bụ ikpe ọnwụ ka a na-amụ. Or anybody ga check here, no, where this gospel woman nwụrụ sometime in the past. I think that was in 2022. Kedafaya, can somebody remind me in the comment section, because if I'm Nekuna, everybody they're aware of it. Oh, where this woman, there's this woman Ebulu. Onwurono. They accuse the husband of unaliving her. Well, she's a gospel on you, Osinachi Bafa. Yes, Osinachi. Are you aware na court amago di benke? I think that was last week. That was last week, if I'm not mistaken. Last week, court amago di be ikpe ọnwụ na-aga hang ya. Unu enwere idea? Court, Nigerian court mara di ikpe di Osinachi akpego ikpe ọnwụ na-aga hang ya, and I conclude to go the case last week. You got to go? Osinachi, that woman ọnwụ ya kwuru ekwu, she's a gospel singer. Di ya amago ikpe ọnwụ now by hanging. But ọ bụ na fara pro that anụmdi na nwunye iberibe fa anwa that time. We can know Mugani say these children, this you because you love your children. Obune umaka waya kata fufu than non do not from far distance na netefanya. Okama no far distance. Ne netefanya. Than non at that marriage, nwuru n'imi umaka wee bido zitaba nke bụ afụfụ.
A lot of interesting and a lot of fascinating events has unfolded in the country of Finland regarding Mr. Simon, a man held in a Kilamakowski Correctional Center situated or domiciled in Finland. Today being the 26th of May of 2025, Mr. Simon was brought before the Päijät-Häme District Court to officially kickstart his trial, and a lot of events played out in the court session. So in this video, we shall be discussing and showcasing every single thing that happened today in the Päijät-Häme District Court regarding Mr. Simon's trial. Well, just in case you want to fact check us, or just in case you want to get first-hand info for yourselves, you can actually go to the Päijät-Häme District Court official website and read up all the documents posted on their official website. Yes, so today being the 26th of May of 2025, Mr. Simon appeared before the Päijät-Häme District Court to begin his trial. Yes, the Päijät-Häme District Court was opened around 10 a.m. today, but Simon was called upon around 10:55 a.m. of this said day. Yes, Simon appeared in court together or alongside his lawyer, the person of Carl Gumeres. And just in case you don't know who Carl is the official lawyer representing Simon in the court of law. Well, the whole court session kicked off around 10:55 a.m. and the very first case of the very first document that was presented before Simon and his legal counsel team was the case of sit at home. Yes, the prosecuting lawyer presented a series of documents to state the fact that Simon somehow, some way, incited violence using his social media platform and also forcing individuals and residents of the southeastern part of Nigeria to sit at home every single Monday. But Carl Gumeres quickly countered the statements coming from the prosecuting lawyer. He was like, Simon never forced anybody to sit at home. Simon has never incited any form of violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria, and Simon will never ask anybody or force anybody to sit at home. And this is coming from Carl Gumeres in a form of protection to protect his client Simon. But the lawyer representing the government of Finland said something and presented a document that placed Carl Gumeres and the whole courtroom in a very awkward situation and position. Showing right now on your screen is the lawyer representing the government. He was like, see, this document was signed by you. If you look closely, you definitely see your signature, you see your name, and this was released on the 2nd of July of 2023. Yes, so what is this document and why is it even presented in the courtroom? Well, the lawyer was like, see, this document was released on the 2nd of July of 2023, which is a public service announcement for a sit-at-home order. He was like, see, there's this word order are not voluntary, meaning this is more like a compulsory announcement. He also went a step further to show that, see, we have your signature here and this came from your office. The lawyer representing the government also highlighted a section of this document which Carl Gumeres wasn't able to defend. He was like, see, this document states, and I quote, we hereby call on all market leaders to strictly adhere to this order and treat it with utmost seriousness. We also call on all oil companies operating in USB territory to shut down oil exploration on this date to avoid the anger of the USB people, which may come with heavy consequences. The lawyer also went a step further to explain this highlighted part of this document and how or why it contradicts an optional sit at home. He was like, as you can see clearly, this is an enforcement. You threaten people to sit at home. You ask them to stay at home using very strict and compelling terms and wordings. So as you can see, this is not an optional document or an optional request. These are the words of the lawyer representing the government. These are not my own words. And like I said, feel free to go to the Pajehame District Court website to get official and fact check every single thing that will be discussed in this particular video coverage. In a form of defense, Carl Gumere stated that this particular document did not come from the desk of Simon. This did not come from him. This document probably was forged. This document probably was presented by somebody else and not Simon. But then the court also went a step further to present the fact that this came from Simon's Twitter page. And I don't want to bore you with all of the conversations leading to this document. Let's move and look at other interesting discussions had in the courtroom. Yes. The lawyer representing the government also said that Simon somehow, some way, has used a different platform to incite violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria, stating that Simon used or built a social media platform that was basically presented or basically built to be used as a form of inciting violence in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Showing right now on your screen is a document presented as fact. As you can see, we've blurred out some digits or some info about this document because these documents are highly confidential. And when you look closely, when you observe closely, you notice that this particular document is an email that was sent to Simon from the App Store Connect. Yes. So just in case you don't understand what is currently going on here, Simon built or he paid or financed the creation of a social media platform known as freedomstream.oy. Yes, just in case this is your very first time of hearing this particular social media platform, is more like a streaming platform like YouTube, like Twitter, and all of those, and Netflix, and all of those streaming platforms where you can go there, upload videos or watch videos. So the court was like, you created a social media platform known as Freedom Stream, and a lot of your users used this particular app to spread false info and to incite violence. Carl Gumeres, the lawyer representing Simon in the court of law, stated categorically that my client has no control, has no immediate control of what his users post on that platform. He was like, my client built this website or built this app. He paid for the creation of this app, and users can actually go there and upload whatever they want to upload. He has no immediate restrictions on this website or this app. He only take down videos if users flag down a particular upload. And the lawyer representing the government said negligence is not an excuse in the court of law, that you cannot use negligence to defend the fact that your own product has been used wrongly. Well, they had some back and forth, they had some conversations and all of those stuffs, which got really boring. But then the lawyer representing the government came out to present a tweet from Simon. Showing right now on your screen is a screenshot of that particular tweet where he said, this was released on the 28th of October of 2024. It states, breaking, the game-changing USB app about to hit the App Store. And the lawyer was like, as you can see, this came from your client. Your client founded and created this app, and he's the CEO of freedomstream.oy. And that app or streaming platform has been used to incite violence. And these are the words of the lawyer from the government. These are not my own words. I'm only here to give you the update and to share the news with you, analyzing every single thing that has been discussed today in the Pajehame District Court. Anyways, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at the most interesting parts of the whole court session today, because a lot of things were discussed, and if we really want to showcase everything from the Pajehame District Court, we'll probably spend more than 1 hour in this video coverage, but we're trying to summarize every single thing and make it easy for consumption and for understanding. And that is why we'll make this video very, very short and not 1 hour as the case may be. Yes. So the lawyer representing the government said that Simon has used his social media platform to incite violence and also used his social media platform to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria in different ways, in different shapes, and in different forms. The lawyer of Simon said, how can you say my client has influenced or sponsored issues or incidents in Nigeria? It doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form. You cannot just come out and make allegations or place allegations on my client when you don't have proper evidence to back up your claims. And the lawyer from the government said, okay, in subsequent court sessions, I will definitely show you proof. I will definitely present proof and evidence, dissect them for you to see and understand. But then he presented something to the courtroom. He presented a full breakdown of Simon's activities on Twitter. I'll show you right now on your screen is a full breakdown coming from the lawyer representing the government, where he detailed Simon's full analytics. When you look down, when you scroll down to the bottom section of this screen or this page, you see that Simon has released over 5,582 tweets so far, and he has gathered over 226 million views and 20.8 million engagements and 11.4 million reactions. And this is coming from January of last year to September of last year only, as you can see on the left hand corner of your screen. So the lawyer was like, see, your client has used his social media platform to incite violence. He also presented a series of tweets to the courtroom and to the court sessions. He showed a lot of tweets, which I will definitely not bore you with. But if you want to see those tweets, and really understand the gravity of what is happening right now, you can go to the Pajami District Court website and get full info for yourselves. But then moving on swiftly, the lawyer representing the government came out to make a very, very strong allegation that will probably take Simon's 2 steps backwards. Yes, he made a statement that would take Simon 2 steps backwards. So what did this man say, and how will it affect Simon? Well, showing right now on your screen is a tweet coming from the USB whatever Twitter page released sometime last year. It states, all USB in Zoo Army that wishes to defend our motherland USB should send me a message at, and the number was enlisted in that tweet. Yes, a number was enlisted. We had to blur out some sections of that number so as to stay in line with YouTube terms and service concerns. Yes, so the lawyer said that after thorough investigations were carried out, after the National Bureau of Investigations investigated and looked into this number, they noticed that it's attached or linked with Simon. Yes, they claim that this number was once upon a time used by Simon, and that is why he's asking any individual, any USB citizen in the Nigerian army should resign and come back and serve their motherland. The lawyer also said that this is a clear form of terrorism. Yes, you can't ask individuals acting in the country's army to leave their army and fight against the army. That this is a clear form of terrorism and whatsoever. And that is the claim from the lawyer. But Simon's lawyer, Carl Gumera, said this tweet or this post doesn't mean anything. We cannot lay basis on a tweet coming from a very different handle and not the handle of Simon. It was like, this doesn't make any sense. And how can you say a number here, showing right now on your screen, is linked with my client? He's asking the court to prove it. He's asking the court to present documents and present facts that this number is linked with Simon. But then the lawyer from the government gave a little bit of facts and a little bit of details coming out from this number's WhatsApp. Showing right now on your screen is a conversation that was sent to that particular number, which many claim that Simon was a recipient of this particular number or this particular info. When you look closely, you notice that an individual was calling for help. You can pause this part of the video to read up and understand. If you want to see what is currently going on here, you can pause this video, read and understand. They were like, see, this message was sent to your client. Somebody was asking for assistance. Somebody was asking for help. An individual who joined your army has been gunned down, and the other one is currently being hunted down. They were like, as you can see, this is the number enlisted in this particular tweet, and this is a conversation from that particular number. So the question here, how did the government manage to get this tweet? When you look closely, when you look at this particular conversation, it's not a screenshot. Somebody visibly used a phone to take this picture. That is to say, the recipient of this particular message probably took a photograph of the message, or somebody who stumbled on this phone or who stumbled on the conversation took a picture of this photograph, which simply means that there's an inside work or an insider working in the USB at the same time working for the government of Nigeria and whatsoever. So in summary, Carl Gumerus, the lawyer of Simon, played a defensive role today. He did not actually try to call out the lawyers representing the government. Carl Gumerus told Simon to just sit back, lay low, and just defend whatever comes your way. Carl Gumerus was trying to see the facts or the evidence that the government or the lawyer representing the government has at this particular point in time. And that is why he did not really push, as the case may be. So what's next? Well, tomorrow being the 27th of May of 2025, the trials will continue in Finland. Yes, the trials will continue and kick off in essence again. And maybe tomorrow, Carl Gumerus will be offensive, will be more offensive in nature. Well, just in case you haven't subscribed to our video, this is the best time to subscribe and turn on post notifications, because this week is going to be very, very interesting from the Pajahame District Court. A lot of conversations will be held throughout this week, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss out. So do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Well, moving on swiftly, in our previous video, we showcased the fact that a Finnish company that secured a mega deal in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria to be precise, has received a lot of unexplained events. Yes, a company that secured a mega deal, $1 billion deal in Nigeria, a Finnish company, has mysteriously witnessed a lot of downfalls and a lot of collapse of that particular company in Finland. Yes. Well, just in case you want to watch that video and get full update for yourself, we have that video showing right now on your screen. So do well to click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this video and I will see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.